we're gonna have another demonstration from our mentee Robert Hill and our his mentor Ross Chapman. Come on, make some noise for Robert and Ross. Double R, double R. Woo, woo, woo.
Hey guys, how you doing? Um, so basically, when I came in, I knew absolutely nothing about code. I didn't know what an HTML was, CSS, JavaScript, but nothing. However, what I did know was I wanted to do something that related to me and my particular circumstances, which was as a father who trains my son to play basketball, I needed something to keep track of our shots, how many he was making, how many he was missing. And then, we want to even go further and be able to keep a record of what uh, he's been doing on a day-to-day basis to be able to keep a record of it. So pretty much we had to go through the phase of me just familiarizing myself exactly what was HTML and the difference between that and CSS and JavaScript and so forth before we started working on our project. So we just basically started working on our project. Here's the code here. We call it the shot clocker, the shot counter. Um, this is just a rough draft of it. We have a lot more work to do, but it's basically going to be that we're going to be able to take a number of shots that's taken, made, missed, and we'll be going to also be able to have a record of what he's been doing on a day-to-day basis. And pretty much that was the project.
Yeah, I mean, it was super awesome working with Rob. I mean, this is like starting from square one is no joke. I mean, also because like when you build a website, you got to learn like 3 different technologies, right? You got to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and they're all a little bit different. And there's all these little weird things about them, right? Like how you like the syntax is a little bit different, where you put spaces and where you put tabs and all these kinds of things. I mean, it's like, really starting from square one, it's like learning, literally like learning a language. And so you got to learn 3, and that's a lot. And Rob did a great job. I mean, I'm really glad we made it to this point. We got a couple more weeks together. So I'm excited to see what else we come up with. We're just starting to really dive into JavaScript. Yeah, I mean, just awesome work, Rob. I mean, it's looking good so far. And you've been so patient with me, and thanks for letting me teach you and just
Thank you.
Talk your ear off about this kind of stuff. We've had to talk about. When we started, we talked about like the internet. I mean, we were talking about what even the World Wide Web was. Because that's the kind of thing. Like, it's like you can jump in and build. I could teach you how to write code, but also I thought it was important that Rob, understood, what was the difference between the internet and the World Wide Web, how these things kind of work together. What does it mean to put a website out on the World Wide Web? One thing you didn't show, Rob, is your editor, VS Code. I don't know if you want to pop that open too and show the code at all, but I know we've got only a few seconds left here. But one thing I wanted to make sure Rob had too was like a real experience writing code, like a software developer, commercial software developer. So I wanted him to use real tools, like the kind of tools I would be using. So even the editor, he was using VS Code. I don't know, Rob, can you pop it open? Do you have it open right now?
You don't see it? It's there. Wow, why isn't that showing?
Oh, I think you have to share your screen and then click like share the whole screen and not just the browser maybe.
It'd be cool to get a quick glance at what we have in there. So we got all the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript all on one page here. Even learning these fairly sophisticated tools, took some time, and Rob was super patient through the whole process, and super excited to see him just develop and kind of learn all this stuff. It's a lot to learn all at once. So awesome job.
Thank you.
Awesome. Come on, make some noise for Ross and Rob. Another very great, listen, man, I love all of you guys. You guys are amazing. This is another pair that I've actually seen Robert's like progression. Like, so I'm honored to see it. And the love we get from Ross from the West Coast, man, like we really appreciate you. We really appreciate everything that you guys are doing.